So again, welcome everyone who's joining. We're really excited to have you all here today. It's November. It is cold in Chicago. If we have any folks joining from other states where it's not cold, then I am jealous of you. But please introduce yourself in the chat. Thanks, May. I see you introduced yourself. We're excited to have you here. It's good to see you. And yeah, I'm going to just keep admitting folks as they come in, but we are going to go ahead and get started. I am really excited to have Juan here from Info Plus. He's one of our very own, a CHW, who's been a big part of the group. So we're excited to feature his work. And, you know, we're excited to do that for any of our members. If you ever want to be a featured speaker, do let us know. I'm going to go ahead and let Juan do his presentation. And then I think at the end, we'll definitely have time for questions. And I'm going to give some time to a couple of folks who had let me know ahead of time that they wanted to kind of share something with the group. And then we'll open it up for anybody else because it is the end of the year. We're not meeting in December. So we definitely want to catch up and see what all of you have going on. So with that, I'm going to throw it over to Juan and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you for allowing us to have this space to talk about Info Plus. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I really hope that this is informative to you guys and hopefully beneficial as well. I am a little bit nervous because I never actually done a presentation online like this before. I probably have done it person to person. But I'm always scared when it comes to technology because you never know what's going to happen with technology. So I'm scared, but here we are. Also, just this little disclaimer, English is my second language. So sometimes I still get confused between chicken and kitchen. And so please bear with me if any of that happens. It's my nervousness and it's my mind that's thinking in Spanish, trying to translate everything. So hopefully none of that happens. But again, thank you so much for giving us this space. Thank you for watching this, and we're gonna get started. As Marie mentioned, my name is Juan. I am the community health representative for Info Plus, and I know some of you guys might know me as a community health worker for Advocate Sherman Hospital, which is a hospital in Elgin, Illinois. And today, those are pretty much the two hats that I wear throughout my community work. So today I'm gonna leave Advocate Sherman just a little bit to the side to talk to you guys about this system, this group that it's called Info Plus, and that it means so much to me because it's work that it's from the community to the community means a lot to me. But when we talk to people about Info Plus, the first question that we receive all the time, it's pretty much who we are. You know what is Info Plus? And I'm trying to go to the next slide, but for some reason I can't. So I'm gonna try to see if I can go this route. Whoops. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong.
No worries, Juan.
Are you guys able to see that?
Sorry.
Are you able to see that?
We got it.
Yeah, it says Info
Awesome.
Plus knowledge is power.
Gotcha. Perfect. Yes. So again, when we talk about Info Plus, people ask the first question, which is, what is Info Plus? And overall, I guess I want you guys to think that Info Plus literally is just an online resource center. That's pretty much what we do. We share information, we provide education, and we try to create awareness on various social disparities. We try to advocate for community health workers, and that's pretty much what we do. Info Plus stands for information, but plus other things. We do so much more than just sharing information. And this is done through our online platforms. But I did want to dig in a little bit more, and I wanted to read each individual bullet point, and I wanted to explain each one of them. But before I do that, I just wanted to share with you guys that yesterday I was invited to a retreat by the Kane County Health Department. And the main focus of this retreat was to talk about equity. And it was so informative and such an amazing retreat that it reminded me the reason that we do what we do, not only us at Info Plus, but you guys and everybody who's watching as the community. So I really hope that I can remember some of the most highlighted points to bring to this presentation, because it's so important that we still bring those things in, talk about equity, equality, justice, and all of that. So with that, I'm gonna begin by saying that Info Plus initiated in 2016 as an idea to provide community resources and support volunteer work in the state of Illinois. Back in 2016, I began to do my first steps of advocacy for mental health. And so I was invited to join training for domestic violence prevention. And so while it was a 4-day training, and while I was there, I was amazed about all the information that I had no idea it existed. And I was wondering who else doesn't know that all of this exists, that we have all these resources in our community. And every time the training would finish, I would go to home and I would ask my family, my friends, my community, if they knew about these organizations in the area. And the answer was always no. They didn't know what was out there. I'm sorry, did I miss something? Oh, perfect. And so when I would go back to the training, I would tell my peers at the training that was happening. And they were like, this is so shocking because we go through the same thing. I've asked my family if they know what to do if they are victims of domestic violence or whatever. And they also didn't have an idea where to go or what to do. And so this is where the idea began of creating an online resource platform where people can just go in and find all the resources that they need. They don't necessarily have to go to a specific organization to find that information. We wanted to create something where people can just follow one specific online platform and all the information would be there. That was just the idea. It came much time before we began doing that work. But I also wanted to go through the second bullet point, which is that in 2017, a beloved community member passed away of cancer, and he was a huge advocate for volunteer work. And so he passed away on April 26th. And from that day on, in order for us to remember or honor his memory, we decided that we were gonna volunteer ourselves to different organizations and volunteer our time and skills to those organizations to help them out on whatever it is that they needed. And so from that day on, every April 26th, we volunteer to different organizations and we spend time with them and we help them in whatever it is that they need support on. So this is our first, as a team, this was our first sort of support group that we had in community work that we had created here in Elgin specifically. And then in 2019, Info Plus was chosen as the official name for community initiatives in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, and a Facebook page was launched to provide trustworthy community information. And I want to pause here to highlight the word trustworthy, because at yesterday's retreat, when we were asked why do we think that people don't have the good outcomes when it comes to healthcare, what are those barriers? The majority of us, if not everybody, we said trust. The community doesn't trust the system. We don't trust, what it said in the news. We don't trust what it's online. We don't trust anybody anymore. And so I wanted to highlight that specific word, which is trustworthy, because the information that we share through our online platforms, it's information that we as a system, as a group, share because we are the community and we trust it, and we want others in the community to also trust it because it comes from a resource that we all trust. So we are huge on making sure that we fill in that gap of trust. We know it's a huge gap to fill in because it's everywhere, but that's one of the targets that we want to hit. It's rebuilding that trust again between the community and organizations in the area or the healthcare system in general. So with that in mind, we opened our Facebook account because everybody had a Facebook, and everybody back then in 2019, specifically when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, we began noticing that there was not only the COVID-19 pandemic, but we also had what we call infodemic, because there was information or fake news and everything going on, and people didn't know who to trust. So a lot of people, that's when the community began to reaching out to us, by either sending us an email or texting us saying, where can we go to get our shot? Where can we go to get tested? They were calling us instead of calling their pharmacies or their local hospitals, which it was a huge, I guess, milestone for us, because people were actually starting to reaching out to us. And we would provide those resources, and we would say, oh, we are partnered up with an advocate system. You can go to this place and they have this, and they accept this. And it was such a rewarding feeling to know that we were able to help those families in those crisis scenarios. So then in 2021, we officially launched our website, which it's called www.infoily.com. If you guys have a chance to visit it, please go for it. That's where our main information is at. We are a group. We don't have a specific agency or a specific building where we are located. So we wanted to reference people to a specific home, quote unquote home, from us. And so that's why, with support of a couple of donors, we were able to open this website to share, again, more information and to talk about what our team does and what have we done through these years. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through the next slide, which talks about our values and goals. And I'm just gonna move the screen a little bit here. So the following principles form the basis of all conduct within InfoPlus and decision-making with those we serve. So we always look at this specific values, which is integration, compassion, and equality. And whenever we share anything in our platforms, we make sure that each resource meets this criteria, that it's integrational, compassionate, and equality. One of the things at yesterday's retreat also, they talked about equity, and they were mentioned that many times you can have equity, you don't have equality. It's like a chain. So we want to make sure that we fill in that gap of equality, so that then we can have equity and then we can have justice. So it's like a change of work. And so we always focus a lot that on things that we share or the things that we do, they meet their specific values. Our goal is to provide trustworthy information, awareness, and education, and create healthy communities. If you guys can take anything out of this presentation, it would be that that InfoPlus, their main goal, the main goal is to create healthy communities. That's pretty much the main goal, what we have in mind. And the reason being is because we really do believe that by creating healthy communities, we can be an example to other communities. And then by those communities being an example, they can be an example to other communities, and so on until we build a healthy state. And as a state, we can be an example to other states. And the idea is to build a healthy nation. That's probably personally my huge dream, that I know it's a long way to go, but, can't stop you from dreaming, And so we do this, we do all the work that it's done. Again, it's volunteer work, but we have that in mind, that we had to do it with the goal of creating healthy communities. And one of the things that we know about creating healthy communities is the education is key. And that's why our slogan, our slogan, I guess, is knowledge is power, because we do believe that once you are educated and have the right resources, you have the power and you'll be able to do so many great things for your community. So that's our main goal. And this is a little bit about how our work looks like. I know I talked to you guys about Goodwill Day, which takes place every April 26th. So on the left side, my left side, you have the organizations where we have actually volunteered throughout the years. We began at the Alliance for Great Lakes. Our group of about 25 people, we all went and cleaned up beaches at the Lake Michigan. You guys cannot believe how much garbage there is at these lakes, and you'll find all sorts of things. So it was such a different experience and a very rewarding one. The following year, we then joined the Habitat for Humanity. We helped them build homes at the Carpentersville suburb. And it was really awesome to, have people bring their own shovels and hammers and be mailing and all that stuff. It was, again, very rewarding. The year after that, then we joined the Food for Greater Elgin food pantry here in Elgin. We distribute meal products to families in need. when the COVID-19 crisis hit, we started encouraging our community to donate to this organization called Give India, and this specific organization was helping a lot with the crisis of COVID-19 in the country of India. So all the donations that we were able to collect, they were given to these organizations, and then the money was sent to India to help with the crisis. And this year we joined the Project Cure organization, which is an organization that they collect medical equipment and send it to countries that they most need it. And so we began collecting medical equipment here in our own group. And then we went to Project Cure and packed it and shipped it all the way to Ukraine, because as you know, Ukraine is going through a lot right now. And so it was important that we would support that mission as well. On the top right part, we have our own initiatives, and I wanted to highlight these two because they mean so much to me. On the month of May, we have our campaign that it's called Your Mind Matters. And we do a lot of research and outreach with other mental health and behavioral health clinics to break the stigma about mental health. So throughout the month of May, we share as much as information as we can about mental health. We join as many as webinars as possible. We do presentations to schools about mental health. And so it's a huge, huge deal for us, May, because we talk about this specific topic that affects us all. And then the other one that I wanted to talk to you guys and highlight was the Kids Against Leukemia campaign. I love this one. It's probably my favorite one because this is kids making awareness about pediatric cancer. And we do this by doing lemonade stands, and then the money that gets collected as well with basket raffles, it gets donated to any organization that supports families that have a kid with leukemia or a kid with cancer. And it's so rewarding. And I love this specific initiative. This takes place in September. And our official Kids Against Leukemia Day is September the 2nd. So if you guys follow us on any social media, you'll know that we'll be sharing a lot of that when those initiatives come. And then down on the bottom, we also do outreach. We get invited to different events in the area. There was an event for autism here in Elgin. It was a huge event, and we reached out to our partners that focus on autism resources, and we went and shared those resources with the community. We don't necessarily represent the organization and we don't talk on behalf of them, but we do give them the information of this is available to you, this is what they do. If you're interested, give them a call. You can trust us that this is legit, this is valuable. And so it was a very exciting event. On the other side, every year we partner up or we join the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life, which it's a relay that collects and supports caregivers and those who get impacted by cancer. And so every year we get more and more people involved, which is amazing. Sometimes it takes place in Roselle, sometimes it takes place in Geneva, sometimes we go to McHenry, whatever it is. But we try to make our part or to do our part to help out. And then finally, the last one, it would be with the United We Dreams squad group. This is a group that focuses on pretty much making politicians accountable for an immigration reform. This is very important for me because I am a DACA recipient myself. For those of you who don't know what DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. And pretty much through the Obama government, we were granted a permission to drive, to work, to have a social security number, but we are in limbo. This doesn't mean that we are okay in this country. This means that we can lose that opportunity anytime, and we can even get deported. And that's something that's an anxiety that I go through every 2 years because every 2 years we have to renew this little piece of paper saying that, please give us the opportunity to have this permission. And so with this organization, it's a nationwide organization. So what they do, or what we do in general, is do rallies. We make a lot of awareness about DACA and the reason why we need immigration reform. So it's a project that we are very means a lot to us. And so we couldn't done this without you guys, pretty much, because you guys are the ones who offer this information. You guys are the ones who have these resources. We're pretty much the link between you guys and the community. And so it is very important for us to make sure that we partner with organizations that have the same value as us and that share the same idea of creating healthy communities. And so this was a very important slide for me to show that if any individual, doesn't even have to be an organization, but if an individual is interested in collaborating with us, there's our email. You can send us an email and say like, hey, you know, we want to partner up. We want to join your, I don't know, Your Mind Matters in May campaign, or your Kids Against Leukemia campaign, or your Relay for Life Cancer, or your, you know, awareness about DACA, whatever it is that you want to partner, or if you have your own resources that you would like us to share through our own platforms, we are open on that. We want to make sure that the community knows that you guys are out there. And so, like they say, the more the merrier. So if you guys want to send us an email, we are open to partner up. Donations, and donations don't always have to mean monetarily. We receive goodie bags from the organizations to share our events. We've received, last month, there's a lady that does choir, and they were gonna have a concert at Elgin Community College, and she gave us 10 free tickets worth $35 each. So we were able to, you know, give them away to a couple of healthcare nurses, and it was amazing that they shared their photos with us about their experience at this concert. So all of those things, you know, we try to be on the lookout for. So if you guys are interested, again, our email is down there. Give us, you know, send us an email, and we can go from there. It's very important for us to network with you guys. And so this little video, it's a 7-minute video, but it pretty much summarizes everything that I said in a chronological way. And I really wanted to give a chance to share it to you guys because it has little cute graphics. And I hope that you guys find it interested and entertaining. And let me just try to hit play, and hopefully that it works. Can you guys see it and hear it?
I see it, Juan, but I don't hear anything. So I don't know if maybe you need to share audio or crank up the volume or something.
Let me check. It says that the volume is all the way up.
Hi, Juan, it's Allison. So the volume only works on our own computers. From your end, when you do the Zoom share at the bottom, click those two little radio buttons, share audio and maximize video or something. I don't remember what it is in Zoom when you're sharing your screen.
Let me check. So I'm in the page right now, and I go to the little dots. Is that where?
You have to reshare in Zoom. So go to your Zoom toolbar, stop share, and then reshare, and make sure you have those two radio buttons at the bottom clicked.
Yeah, so it sounds like she's saying basically when you first shared your screen, Juan, go back to that, click stop share, and you're going to reshare on Zoom.
All right. Are you guys able to see that? The screens?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, is that where I'm supposed to go?
Do you see it?
Usually should be at the top of the screen when it says your view up, like you can stop share and then come back in and share again.
Also, Juan, I believe I have the link to the video, so I can give it a shot. I've never shared video before either, but I can give it a shot.
All right, if you don't mind, because I knew I should take a course on this before.
Okay, so give me 1 second here, folks.
I wonder. I can see it and hear it, so I don't know if that's the same for you.
Yeah, just.
Juan, perhaps if you put the YouTube link in the chat, I think I've been able to share sound before from my computer. We could maybe do it that way.
Welcome, and thank you for watching this Info Plus presentation.
Are you guys hearing it, or is it just me?
Yeah,
I'm
we
so
got it.
It's good.
Okay.
It's a little quiet. Go. Mhm.
Maureen, is that
That's me. I'm just gonna try
Okay.
and make it a little louder.
okay?
Yeah,
I was
unfortunately,
confused.
the way that Zoom works is that you control the sound on your own device. There's unfortunately nothing that the presenter can do to make it louder on our end.
Info Plus is a system committed to provide trustworthy information, reliable community resources, and promote awareness and education in the state of Illinois. It all began in 2016 when community members shared the idea of an online platform that could provide community resources locally. Following a devastating earthquake in the country of Ecuador, those community members collaborated with a local church to collect food donations for the victims of the earthquake. In 2017, those community members joined the Alliance for the Great Lakes organization and other Chicagoland volunteers to clean several beaches of Lake Michigan. Through this act, April 26th was officially chosen as Goodwill Day. In 2018, as part of a Goodwill Day, volunteers joined the Food for Greater Elgin Food Pantry to distribute nutritional meal and home supplies to those in need. The following year, in 2019, a new era began for the community group. Info Plus was chosen as the official name of the system dedicated to support community events and provide reliable community information, as well as promote volunteer work. Info Plus launched their Facebook page for the community in the state of Illinois. As part of Goodwill Day, the team joined the Habitat for Humanity organization, helping repair homes for those in need. Furthermore, Info Plus began collaborating with the National Association of Community Health Workers to support the roles of health promoters nationwide. In summer of the same year, Info Plus joined the American Cancer Society's fundraiser event, Relay for Life, under the team's name, The Invincibles. The Invincibles raised $118 for the fundraiser that took place in Roselle, Illinois. By the end of the year,
Hey,
the
how are
Invincibles
you?
also collected donations of clothing and home supplies for
Okay.
veterans shelters and community crisis centers. In the year 2020, as part of Goodwill Day, Info Plus encouraged efforts to support a COVID-19 relief fundraiser in Elgin, Illinois. The Invincibles joined for the second year the Relay for Life event, this time in Geneva, Illinois, collecting $316 for families and caregivers struggling with cancer. On the same year, Info Plus began establishing efforts to create awareness on mental health and pediatric cancer. In 2021, Info Plus presented their official website, www.infoilly.com. Info Plus also launched a YouTube channel creating informational content for its followers. Later, dates were officially announced as initiatives to help raise awareness on various social topics, including Self-Love Month, Art Day, Cultural, Diversity Days, Nature, Flora, and Fauna Day, Children's Day, and Families Day. As part of Goodwill Day 2021, Info Plus encouraged the contributions to initiatives that assisted the COVID-19 crisis in the country of India. InfoPlus also joined forces with the Illinois Department of Public Health through their COVID-19 Ambassador Program, Advocate Aurora Health Neighbor to Neighbor Program, and the Chicagoland Vaccine Partnership Program to provide adequate information and resources to the community regarding the COVID-19 virus and vaccinations. Additionally, InfoPlus also joined the United We Dreams U Squad Group to make politicians accountable for their promises on immigration reform. A few months after, InfoPlus began collaborating with the National Institute of Drug and Alcohol Organization through their Facts Week initiative, providing teens educational information about the misuse of drugs and alcohol. In September of the same year, InfoPlus initiated their very first fundraiser by the name of Kids Against Leukemia, with the purpose to help educate the community on pediatric cancer. Kids Against Leukemia collected the amount of $576.63 for the Child Life and Family Education Program of the Comer Children's Hospital in Chicago through their first ever lemonade stand sale and raffle event hosted by InfoPlus volunteers. Throughout 2021, InfoPlus made appearances in different community events, such as the Halloween extravaganza from the Elgin Police Department and the annual Relay for Life event, collecting $337 for the American Cancer Society, taking place this time in the McHenry County. By the end of 2021, InfoPlus joined the Illinois Community Health Worker Association to better support the roles of the community health workers in the state of Illinois. InfoPlus initiated 2022 by assisting 11 families to get their COVID-19 test kits delivered to their home. InfoPlus Community was created as a fundraiser to obtain monetary donations for InfoPlus's initiatives. The fundraiser works as the financial administrative department, and through its first year, it collected $190 through a 50-50 raffle event, where one lucky winner received 50% of all the sales. InfoPlus joined once again the Elgin Police Department through their Autism Awareness event in April. As part of 2022's Goodwill Day, InfoPlus joined Project Cure, collecting medical equipment for shipment to Ukraine for those in need. The Invincibles joined for a fourth consecutive time the Relay for Life fundraising event, collecting $352 for the American Cancer Society. Finally, InfoPlus has provided community information through local meetings, newsletters, emails, and social media, such as Facebook, YouTube, and most recently, TikTok. All this work has been part of InfoPlus' daily efforts to create of Illinois a healthy and educated state. Since 2016, InfoPlus has collected more than $2,000 for community events, all thanks to those who support our work. Thank you. Please consider sharing the links to any of our social platforms or our website, www.infoilly.com. Subscribe to our monthly newsletters or channel on YouTube. And equally important, support our events by donating to our InfoPlus community fundraiser. The money collected serves to pay off extra costs on each of the events we participate in. If you have further questions or comments, reach us at social.illinoisweb@gmail.com. And remember, knowledge is power.
That was great. Should I stop share? Did you have more slides?
I think I had 2 more slides, if you don't mind.
Okay, did you want me to stop share and you'll pull it, but you'll share and share them, or do you want me to share it on my end?
I think I stopped sharing, right? Do you mind pulling the last 2?
Sure.
Last 2.
Is that right?
That's right. So again, we are a very, very small group. Sometimes we're only 3 of us, and sometimes it's 24 of us. We never know, but we always push it so that we continue this goal of creating healthy communities. Again, as a DACA recipient, I've gone through so many experiences. I've always been thankful that somebody was there to support me. And I also want to be that person to support other people. And so if you guys would like to partner up again, there's our website, www.infoilly.com. or you can even just give us a like on Facebook, or give us a share on our TikTok account, which is pretty new, or send us an email, or take a look at our YouTube channel and see all the informative videos that we have in there. I know we have done a presentation for the HAP Foundation to share their services, and we always try to collaborate with other organizations so they can also, through our videos, share what they do and how they help the community. It's very, very important for us that we all network together to provide in that information, and to also gain the community's trust of healthcare in general. So I really appreciate you guys' time. The last slide is pretty much if you guys had any questions. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about our small but very important little group. Thank you guys.